Southern New England's trusted news source, ABC6 News at Noon.
Good afternoon, Southern New England. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Tiffany Murphy. New at noon. Right now, crews still on the scene in Brockton at the hospital there as a 9-alarm fire broke out this morning. That fire in the transformer room was called in around 7 o'clock. There were 187 patients in the hospital at the time. Dozens of ambulances called to the scene as patients were transported to area facilities. Air quality being monitored at this time. No injuries to report. This is a developing story, and as additional information is released, we will update the story both online and on air. Happening now, the Duxbury mother charged with killing her 3 young children will face a judge today. Lindsay Clancy is still in the hospital recovering after she jumped out of a window out of her home. Clancy's husband found her, 2 of their 3 young children already dead at that point. Their toddler died days later at the hospital. The arraignment will not be at the Plymouth County District Court, but by way of video conference from her hospital room. Also in court today, the superintendent of the 610 project, 62-year-old Dennis Ferreira, the attorney general announcing charges against Barletta Heavy Division Incorporated. They're accused of dumping thousands of tons of contaminated fill at project sites in Providence. The company charged with 2 counts of illegal disposal of solid waste, 1 count of operating without a license, and providing a false document to a public official. Let's turn things over to ABC6 Storm Tracker meteorologist Nick Morganelli as we take a live look over beautiful Providence. We're seeing sprinkles of the sun today, and you called it this morning. You said, hey, don't forget your sunglasses.
Yeah, beautiful day with the blue sky out there, and we're going to continue with that through the afternoon. The clouds will come in. They'll be thin as they come in first, and they'll thicken up after sunset tonight. We got a light north to northeasterly wind that's going to shift around to the south as a cold front is heading in here to just reinforce this beautiful weather for tomorrow. Temperature right now, 35 in Providence, 36 Newport, 37 New Bedford. We're going in order here with the temperatures. And we're going to drop back to the middle 30s this evening. By 8 o'clock, it's cloudy. It starts to get mostly cloudy, and we have some showers that are coming in after 9 o'clock tonight. It's from this little strip of moisture here right over by Buffalo and Toronto and Cleveland. There's not much with this, but it does prompt a winter weather advisory because as it comes in, it might be a little sleet and snow and freezing rain just north of us. We should be okay here in Rhode Island, most of us getting rain from this. See, as it comes in 9 o'clock, not here yet, 10 o'clock right on top of us, but it's rain and 35 degrees in Providence, 34 in Smithfield, and then it clears out of here by 7 in the morning tomorrow. We're up near 50 with the sun again. Tiffany, we'll talk about the 7-day, see if we can keep it going.
Break out the flip-flops. Thanks so much, Nick. Now the political news at noon. President Biden delivering his first State of the Union address since Democrats lost control of the House in the November elections. ABC's Faith Abube is on Capitol Hill with the latest.
Fresh off a stronger than expected jobs report, President Biden eager to tout a robust American economy among his accomplishments during his State of the Union address to a joint session of Congress and the American people.
Yeah, I want to talk to the American people and let them know the state of affairs, what's going on.
The president is expected to tout record job growth coming out of a crushing pandemic, trying to make the case that his policies have helped reduce the unemployment rate to the lowest it's been in 53 years. But amid the positive outlook, inflation remains high, and there's real economic anxiety across the country. A new ABC News Washington Post poll finds 4 out of 10 Americans say they feel worse off financially since President Biden took office.
The president uniquely understands that we have a lot more work to do when it comes to the economy.
As the president touts his accomplishments like the bipartisan infrastructure bill and Inflation Reduction Act, he'll also make the case for Americans to be optimistic about the future. He's likely to call for unity and policing reform with the parents of Tyree Nichols, the man beaten to death by Memphis police officers, in the room. The annual address comes as President Biden faces a host of challenges, both domestically and abroad. A politically divided Congress with the Republican-led House forcing a showdown over raising the nation's debt ceiling. And now growing tensions with China after the U.S. shot down a suspected spy balloon that China insists was a civilian airship. Republicans hammering the president as the administration alleges China made several previous attempts to fly a spy balloon over the U.S. House Republicans now backing off a previously discussed resolution to condemn the president's handling of the incident today.
There were many opportunities over the Pacific Ocean to shoot it down, before it could actually carry out its mission.
And security is tight around the Capitol ahead of the president's address tonight. The fencing we saw after the January 6th attack has gone back up. In the meantime, Arkansas Governor and former White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders would deliver the Republican response. On Capitol Hill, Faith Abube, ABC News.
Meantime, Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren is bringing a Taunton child care worker to tonight's speech. Eugenie Adrago will sit with Warren. She is a nursing student at UMass Dartmouth, but also a parent who is a member of the Policy Council at Triumph Head Start in Taunton. She has 3 kids, and she met Warren at work. Warren says it represents her fight for long-term investment in high-quality child care. And it'll be the first State of the Union address for freshman Congressman Seth Magaziner. He told ABC6 News he's looking forward to hearing more on the president's plans to tackle inflation.
Capping the cost of prescription drugs, health care, food at the grocery store. And so I look forward to hearing the president's vision for how to tackle that, because that's one of the issues that I came to Congress to work on.
Congressman Magaziner plans to bring Rhode Island native Quiddy Pay, who plays for the Indianapolis Colts, to the State of the Union tonight. Quiddy's family fled Liberia for a new life in the Ocean State. And you can watch the State of the Union live right here on ABC6 tonight. Coverage begins at 8 o'clock. The president begins his address at 9 with the Republican response immediately after. Checking world headlines at noon, more than 5,000 confirmed dead as the World Health Organization warns the initial death toll from this disaster could climb 8 times higher. More than 6,000 buildings have been destroyed, more than 20,000 injured after multiple aftershocks are keeping folks on edge there. A frantic run for many as buildings continue to come crashing down. Time really of the essence right now because of frigid temperatures. An urban search and rescue team from Los Angeles now deploying medical teams and search dogs, joining another team from Virginia.
They train tunneling, lifting heavy objects, getting concrete off of people. Having the dogs that you see behind me today are live find dogs, so they're trained to find live people under rubble.
Turkey lies in one of the world's most active earthquake zones. A quake back in 1999 left 17,000 people dead. Still to come on ABC6 News at noon, the annual Army-Navy football game set to kick off at Gillette. Now, even though we're nearly a year away, the state of Rhode Island already preparing what it takes to host a game of this magnitude. And coming up later, a new memorial scholarship will honor a late East Greenwich High School athlete's legacy. The historic Army-Navy game will be played this year at Gillette Stadium. It's not until December, but work behind the scenes well underway so they can handle all that goes into this big game. Because Providence is only a stone's throw away from the stadium, it'll be the host city for the Naval Academy. ABC6 News reporter Daniel Coates takes a look at all that's involved.
Up to 5,000 Navy midshipmen are expected to travel north and stay overnight in Providence this December for the 124th Army-Navy game at Gillette Stadium, New England's first chance to host America's game, and thousands to come with it.
We'll have people from all over the world. I think last I heard was 40,000 of the tickets have already been sold to people outside of New England.
State leaders like Governor McKee and former Congressman Ron Matley, a midshipman himself, outlined the massive undertaking Monday at the convention center. While Army cadets can make the trip in one day, barrack-style bedding is expected for students coming from Annapolis, and an economic boom for businesses downtown.
This will be the first time in a 124-year experience tradition that they've spent an overnight. They will be looking for the best fun wherever they can find it, and maybe outside of this building.
Just last year, Philadelphia reported a roughly $30 million influx over the Army-Navy weekend, and Rhode Island businesses can expect the same, but also the same challenges a marquee event brings that Kristen Adamo of the Convention Center knows all too well.
Like traffic and road closures and things like that. And the best way to tackle that is to be open and communicative. When you're housing that many military personnel, security is going to be really tight. And so we just have to really communicate that to people.
And for those who don't know, trickery, pranks, and shenanigans for both schools are as much a part of the tradition as the game itself, as Matley remembered fondly.
You can be sure there will be some ideas of how to make this a memorable night in Providence, and how certain midshipmen will be perhaps flying flags from certain buildings.
Damo and her team said they are ready for anything the midshipmen could have up their sleeves.
There is a whole committee. It's not called the Shenanigan Committee, but It is called the Safety and Security Committee. And we want them to have fun. We want them to have fun safely.
Officials at the press conference told me that they have more events and activities that are soon to be announced. For now in Providence, I'm Daniel Coates, ABC6 News.
Still to come on ABC6 News at noon, we have a check of our forecast. Stick around. Nick is back in 2 minutes.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Nick Morganelli.
And and welcome back to ABC6 at noontime. Look at the temperatures right now. We've got 35 degrees in Providence and Smithfield. Temperatures are in the upper 30s along the shoreline. Newport at 36 right now. It's a pretty nice afternoon out there. Look at our weather headlines. It's mild, but it's an active week ahead. We have temperatures that are going to be in the 40s most days. We're even going to see some 50s. But we've got evening rain showers tonight and then rain coming in Thursday evening for the commute and Thursday night. The weekend right now, we've got a coastal storm that is likely going to miss us now. I think the computer models are kind of coming to an agreement that, like this storm, look at this amazing 36 hours of satellite imagery that I put together here for you. So you can see this evolving storm. It starts to wind up, moves up to the Canadian Maritimes, and then it moves south and eastward, and it's got kind of an eye to it now. It has a real strong center. Very deep low pressure system. This may happen again this weekend on Sunday with the same kind of scenario, only the storm will miss us even farther to the south. So we'll have to wait and see how that all works out. Off to the west, we have a thin strip of moisture here. There's a cold front working through Toronto right now. That's what's coming in tonight. So we'll move the maps here. That's our next weather maker, just with a few showers. But it is enough to warrant a winter weather advisory for Worcester County, which is not too far away from Burrillville and Smithfield and Woonsocket. It's right there. So this will move in with a little bit of perhaps sleet and maybe some freezing rain at the beginning. And for them, for us here in Rhode Island, most of us are just getting a rain shower for about 3 hours tonight, and that's it. It moves on through. It returns to sunshine tomorrow. High pressure builds in with a light wind again and plentiful sunshine for tomorrow. And then we wait for this storm, and it's a warm front that stretches east of it. A southerly wind on the southern side of that warm front. Warm air overriding the cold, so we get a band of snow in northern New England. We have rain once again, and we have a strong south wind as that storm tracks up into the western province of Quebec, Canada. So the futurecast, a little closer look, shows that band of moisture coming in tonight with temperatures in the middle 30s. This is 11 o'clock, and then it pushes off. After midnight, it's moving out, and that's it. Little fanfare with that, and we've got a nice day shaping up tomorrow with temperatures starting off in the mid-30s and going to about 40 degrees. So 34 tonight. The late evening showers, 48 tomorrow. A couple places might hit 50. We're going back to sunglasses again tomorrow, and a northwest wind will return. And speaking of the mild weather, look at the map here. Cold out west, warm in the east. We flip-flopped it last week, right? We were frigid over here, and they were a little milder. So now we're going back to not only above normal, but much above normal for February 10th to the 14th. So the mild winter, status quo, it continues here in Rhode Island and southern New England. Here you go. We're going to see that storm, I think, miss us Saturday and Sunday out to the south. So we'll keep it dry Saturday, Sunday, and Monday with temperatures that are pretty mild. You like
nice
that,
weekend
Tiffany?
ahead.
You like those temps?
That's okay.
Okay.
Thanks so much, Nick. Now to an ABC6 News follow-up. 1 year ago, 17-year-old Olivia Passaretti, an East Greenwich High School junior, was hit by a suspected drunk driver on New Year's Day. Now her school, friends, and family all paying tribute to her with the Olivia Passaretti Memorial Scholarship Fund and Lives Eternal Light. This will benefit East Greenwich High School students who want to pursue higher learning. The scholarship is open to all East Greenwich students who display kindness and want to make a difference. Still to come on ABC6 News at noon, Pig of the Litter is next. We'll meet a guinea pig who is looking for his new forever home.
pick of the litter on ABC6 is brought to you by Pet Supplies Plus.
Year-old guinea pig. He's been with us for just a few weeks and is looking for his forever home. So he's a nice little guy. He's pretty friendly and outgoing and would really make a good pet.
Yeah. So do you have some history on Stuart?
So Stuart was an owner surrender, as many of the animals that come to us are. So someone couldn't take care of him anymore. So we're really not sure kind of the reason why, but you know, guinea pigs can live anywhere from typically 5 to 7 years old is their life expectancy. So, and Stuart's about 3. So I think it's something that, you know, people were maybe not aware of, that it was as big of a commitment as it was. So he could live with maybe another guinea pig, or he might be good living by himself too.
And you have other guinea pigs too.
We do. So we have a couple pairs. So we have 2 pairs of bonded guinea pigs that are actually living at the Rumford Pet Express in East Providence. So we house some of our small animals there. We have a couple other singletons at the shelter. We have bunnies as well. So a lot of small animals right now currently.
And it's so important, if you are thinking about getting a small rodent for your family, that you just can't get it, put it in a cage, feed it, and call it a day. It's a lot of upkeep, right?
Right, and you know, they require enrichment too, to just kind of not be bored and not be destructive. So we have little toys and everything for them, and the rabbits, just to kind of keep them busy and entertained. And it is a commitment, so you know, people should do their research and just kind of see what they're getting into, but they do really make great pets.
So important, yeah. And there have been so many studies too that having an animal improves your longevity of life and your quality of life, all the things. That lowers your blood pressure. And in this day and age, who doesn't need more of that in their life? There's an exciting event that's happening this Saturday that's giving folks the opportunity to come and meet folks like Stuart.
Yeah, so they can meet Stuart. He'll be at the shelter on Saturday, unless he gets adopted before then. But we're hosting a Perfect Valentine little drop-in event with our Humane Education Department. So that is from 10 to 12 on Saturday for kids age 5 and up. So they can meet some of our critters and they can make a Valentine craft.
I love it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Get it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's so fantastic. And if they want more information, just go to your Facebook page.
You can go to our Facebook page. You can go to our website. It's rispca.com.
Beautiful. Megan and Stuart with SPCA. Thanks so much for joining us today. We're back with more news after this. We are getting one final check of our forecast with Nick. Hey, Nick.
Hey, Tiffany. All right, we'll take a look at the map. And this is all we're dealing with tonight is just a few hours of some showers and a little bit of mixed precipitation, wintry mix just north of the Rhode Island area. So Worcester County has a winter weather advisory. Could be some freezing rain and sleet there for a little time. Here's 10 o'clock. It's just getting on top of us between 10 and 11 o'clock tonight. Here's 11. It's raining from 11 to about 1 in the morning, and then it starts to slide east. And we clear it out. The temperatures are in the middle 30s for the overnight low, and tomorrow morning, we warm it up to near 50 degrees. So about 30, 31 degrees for the overnight low, and then we warm it up tomorrow to near 50 with another sunny day here in Rhode Island. And look at this, a beautiful day on Wednesday. Thursday, we get sun in the morning, but the clouds will thicken up with rain coming in Thursday night, and then that will last into early Friday. And then looks like a fairly decent weekend right now, as long as that storm continues to miss us. But I'll have an update on that tomorrow.
It's still a few days away, but we're always excited to look towards a nice weekend in southern New England.
Yes.
Thanks so much for joining us today on the news at noon. We'll be back at 4 o'clock. We hope to see you then.